So, Harvey Cursley, we're at the start of 2023, ahead of what's going to be a very big season for you.
Yeah.
But how are you, mate?
I'm very good, thank you. What about yourself?
Yeah, very good. Looking forward to this season. For lots of reasons. I feel like, well, in some ways, the winter has gone very quick, but I
Yeah.
feel like we've not been racing for such a long time. But for anyone that doesn't know, what are you up to this year?
I'm going to be doing the Junior Saloon Car Championship. I'm going to be doing the scholarship for it in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully achieving a whole year. Depends on sponsors and budget. So that's what I'm doing this year.
Absolutely, it's going to be very exciting. Lots of change, but like I say, all good things. So you've been in karting for how many years have you been in karting now?
I think it's about 5 years now.
5 years. So you've done lots in that. What is it that brought you to the JSCC? Why has that been on your radar? It's for quite a while now. I remember
Yeah.
speaking to you like a year ago,
Yeah.
and that's been your focus.
I mean, I think I was around 6 or 7, and it came up we was at Rockingham watching Dad's racing, and I saw them there. Dad was like, "Oh, at a young age, you can sort of get into this," and from a young age, I was sort of like, "Oh, this is what I want to do as soon as I can,"
Yeah.
and that's what I've wanted to do since a young age. Then,
You mentioned your dad. It must be good to have his help and support, not just in terms of family, but obviously he's got lots of racing experience too.
yeah, he raced when he was 15, and in I think it was super rods or something, and then he moved to metros, and I wasn't there then, obviously, because that was quite a bit of a time ago. But then he got into Hyundai's, I think 7 or 8 years ago, and I always been watching that. Came with him doing there, and people around the paddock. It's always just been great. I've loved it, and yeah, it's been a great thing to be around since a young age.
Absolutely, very exciting stuff. Going into this season, like I said, it's a lot of change. You can't really compare karts and cars, so it's a big jump for any driver. How are you feeling going into it? Are you obviously, I'm sure you're aware, there's lots of challenges, but taking it in your stride, and I imagine very excited.
Yeah, well, it's a big change from karting. That obviously karting is a lot less pressure because I've been used to it since a young age as well. And like the junior saloons, it's just so much bigger than what I'm used to and like what I'm doing normally. And of course, it's a lot of pressure, but I'm really excited for it, obviously. And yeah, it's going to be hopefully a good year.
Absolutely. Well, going into that, there's been, as you know, as nice as it is to have some time off in the off season. You guys have been super busy, lots of preparation. You've been out in your dad's cars. That must be nice going into a new year, especially with so much change. Going into that with lots of preparation.
Yeah, yeah, it's always good to get out in Dad's car. I mean, it was about a month or two ago in December that first time I went out on track in a car at speed, obviously, and 'cause like before that I'd just done bits of driving around the car in the garden or whatever, moving stuff, and it was great, and it's nice knowing that I have all the support behind me and being able to do that. It's a good feeling knowing that I've got like I can do this type of stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, we've seen that actually in your karting year last year, massively competitive field, and some good results along the way. How would you sum up your season in 2022?
I mean, my 2022 season was great. I mean, it's just big competitive championship, new people popping up in the year, some leaving, some coming in, and it's just a big group of adults. Me being the youngest out there, coming sixth out of 29. It was a great feeling at the end of the year, knowing that I'd accomplished something more than I was expecting. It was great.
Absolutely. Well, once again, looking ahead to this season, it's quite a big way to start, as we were discussing earlier, starting at Cadwell Park. How are you feeling going into that first weekend? Bit of time still, but I'm
Yeah.
sure you're very excited.
I mean, me and parents and family and friends, we're all nervous for it 'cause it's sort of being chucked into the deep end. Because Cadwell it's a complex track, and it's a lot. It's a bit scary knowing that one of the hardest tracks is going to be your first time racing. It's a bit overwhelming, but I'm excited for it like always.
Absolutely. Are there any circuits you're particularly looking forward to racing on?
Well, there's got to be Alton Park and Thruxton. They're there. I've when I've been there before, they always look the most fun. Like with Thruxton, there's always a speed and the thrill of being so close together. And then Alton Park is just, I like the way it flows, and it's just a good track from when I've watched it before.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into the new year, do you notice, you've obviously mentioned you've gone out in your dad's cars a little bit. There must be a clear increase in scale of the whole thing between karts and cars, whether that's, just the size of them and also the amount of people watching, because they're on some pretty big weekends, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, like the scale of it, it's just from karting, there's like the parents and maybe some family members watching from all the people there, and like at the end of this year in the junior saloons, it's a truck meeting at the end of the year at Brands Hatch with all the fireworks. Truck meeting, I think 2021, the year that we did it with the High Hyundais, I think there's 50,000 people there, and it's weird thinking that I'm going to be doing that this year. It's scary, but I'm always looking forward to it, and it's just going to be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been great catching up with you today. We've been doing some media training and preparation ahead of 2023. Thank you very much for your time, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you very much.